Yo, what's good, YouTube? I'm back. It's been quite a while. Okay, first of all, let me try to stop saying so much. So, I know I said that I will be posting every Friday, but obviously that didn't happen. And so far I've been not so consistent. You know, I keep saying I'm gonna do this and then I don't actually do it. But from now on, I'm just gonna post. There's not gonna be a specific day. I'm just gonna try to be consistent and post as much as possible. And yeah, that's about it. So, and by the way, for the other video that I made, the last video I made, I already filmed part 2. I will be filming part 3 eventually. Okay. So yeah, but yesterday I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and it was in Dolby Cinema, and it was a fan event. First things first, I want to say the movie was great. The audience was great. It was filled to the brim with nothing but die-hard Sonic fans. It was incredible. Everyone was laughing and cheering and screaming and shit. It was beautiful. It was a great, surreal experience. And also, the actor that plays Sonic and the other guy, I think his name is Tom. Matter of fact, this is why I have 2 phones. 1 second. Let me grab my other phone. Yes, Tom. Okay, so yeah, he plays Tom. And the voice actor for Sonic, they were both there. They made a surprise guest appearance right before the movie. That was the first time something like that's ever happened to me, where the actors show up without my knowledge, and it was great. You know, everybody was tweaking when that happened, and I have it on video, and I may or may not post it, I don't know, but it was a fan event, so we did get some goodies. So first off, this Shadow keychain, and a poster. It's a little banged up because I had a lot of shit in my hands, but this Japanese style poster, pretty cool. So yeah, there's that. Now, as for the movie itself, let's get into it. There's a movie review. If you couldn't tell already, my second movie review. So yes, this is my movie review for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, talking a little bit about my history with Sonic. I grew up watching Sonic X on, I think, like 4Kids or some shit like that. Sonic X was amazing. Love that show. And I used to watch this YouTuber. His name was Kabanarmani456, and he played a bunch of Sonic games, so I had a good knowledge on Sonic. And also, I used to compare the Sonic characters to the Dragon Ball characters because I thought they had a lot of similarities. Like Sonic was Goku, Shadow was Vegeta, Knuckles was Piccolo, Tails was Krillin, and like Silver was like a slightly cooler version of Trunks. So there was that, and like Super Sonic and like the Werewolf Sonic, like, you know, Great Ape and Super Saiyan, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of similarities there, you know. And what else? I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2 back in 2022. Now, originally, I wasn't going to see Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but my friend was like, oh yeah, bro, come on, I'll get your ticket, let's go watch it. And I was like, I bet. So I'm actually glad that I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2 back in 2022, because it, you know, full circle moment, you know, I willingly went to see Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, as for this movie, I would say this movie is good. It's actually great. It surpassed my expectations. And if I had to give it a ranking, I would give it a solid 8 out of 5. And by the way, there's going to be all spoilers, so be prepared for that. But yes, 8.5 out of 10. It was a great movie. Now, getting into the story, Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, you know, they're just vibing out in the woods with Tom and Tom's girlfriend. I forgot her name, but they're just vibing. And Shadow, there's this whole movie's focused on around Shadow and his story. Just like the last movie was focused on Knuckles, this movie's all about Shadow. So Shadow wakes up from a 50-year, like, he was not frozen, but like in stasis. That's the word that's coming to my mind. Hopefully I'm right. But he woke up, he breaks out of the jail, and he leaves to Tokyo, because that's where the facility is in. It's in Japan. And Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, they're just chilling in the woods, and then some military people come. They're like, yo, we need your help. This Hedgehog is wreaking havoc in Tokyo right now. So Sonic and them, they go off to Tokyo to try to stop Shadow. And Shadow, he cooks them all. He cooks all three of them. The nigga could teleport. And then he gets on a motorcycle. He has a gun. He rides off into the distance. Sonic tries to stop him. He gets clapped. And then they go to get Robotnik for some help. And it turns out there's two Robotniks. Robotnik's grandpa, who is also related to Maria. And we get Shadow's backstory. I feel like I'm going through this very fast. Let me chill. Let me slow down a bit. Let me talk about the things that I want to talk about. I don't know why I'm trying to breeze through the story. Shadow's backstory. Let's talk about that first. So, lots of people have been, very excited for this backstory, with Maria and all that. What I will say is I enjoyed the backstory. I think the backstory was good. I just wish they would have just leaned into it a little more. I wish they would have just let it marinate for a little longer so that it could have had more of a But I feel like with the amount of screen time they had, it was cool for what we did get. But I hoped I would have liked for it to be a tad bit longer. Just let it marinate a little more. You know what I'm saying? But it's fine. And as for the look of Shadow and the voice of Shadow played by John Wick, Keanu Reeves, he was great. His voice is very powerful, and Shadow throughout the movie was just he was fire. What am I getting? Oh, she gotta wait. And the look of Shadow, he looks great. I feel like in terms of the these movies, the quality of the look of the not hedgehogs, but Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, the look of the characters have gotten significantly better as the movies progressed. And I feel like with this movie, they finally not finally, but they really nailed it. They just got the design down packed. And I feel like Sonic 4, because we are getting that confirmed 2027, is gonna look even more beautiful than this movie. I truly do believe that, because the fights in this movie, let's talk about that for a minute. The fights. That final fight between Shadow and Sonic was beautiful. Because Sonic, after what Shadow did, Shadow shafted Tom. So Sonic was in his crash out era. He got the emerald, the main one, Chaos Emerald. I'm not as knowledgeable as I used to be on Sonic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a stack 50. I am a fan though. But not the biggest fan. Not I watched that shit when I was a kid. You feel what I'm saying? But the Chaos Emerald, I believe, the big ass green emerald with all the other emeralds inside. It's Sonic takes some of it, Shadow takes the other half, and we get Super Shadow. And that final fight, it was a visual spectacle. It was beautiful. Genuinely. It felt like I was watching anime, some Demon Slayer, well not, it's not Demon Slayer quality, but some Dragon Ball type shit. It was beautiful. The fights were beautiful. And then, towards the end, when Shadow finally comes to his senses, he and Sonic team up and just go ham, and that theme song plays, and and niggas in the theater were literally jizzing in their pants. Jizzing. God, I haven't used that word in a minute. Let me rephrase that. Niggas were nutting in their pants throughout that whole final battle, with Sonic and Shadow teaming up, trying to stop the old man, Eggman, from cooking the earth, because that nigga wanted to obliterate the whole planet, just cook everybody to get revenge for, you know, Maria's death. Speaking of Maria, she was played by Elila Brown, and she's great for the little bit of screen time she had. And the actress, she's had a great year so far. The first thing I saw her in was, she's had like 3 major projects this year. The first thing I saw her in was Sting, which was a horror movie. She was the main character in it. It was like a spider horror movie. She was great in that. Then she was young Furiosa in Furiosa. She was great in that. And, you know, now she's Maria in this. So I feel like she's definitely a up-and-coming, you know, young child actress. And she's, you know, I'm excited to see what she does next. She's great. And what else do I want to talk about? Tom was great. You know, he's just Tom. You know, he really he plays somewhat of an important role. You know, not super big, but he definitely helps Sonic not cook Shadow towards the end of the movie, if you know what I'm saying. Because Sonic was about to clip Shadow for real. But the words that Tom said to him, you know, your trauma didn't change who you are as a person. It brought Sonic back, and you know, yeah. So the end of the movie, the main, you know, Eggman, he sacrifices himself to help save the planet, him and Shadow, and I feel like that was a good end for him, you know, and Jim Carrey in general. I feel like it was a good conclusion to his character, and I feel like this time he's actually dead. You know, I don't think they should bring him back. I think they should let, you know, that he had a great ending. Let it rest. So the post-credit scenes. The first post-credit scene, we had freaking Metal Sonic pop up out of nowhere. He tries to cook Sonic. Sonic blitzes him, and then a bunch of more Metal Sonics pop up, and then here comes out of the blue Amy, the pink one. She comes out of nowhere, saves Sonic, and Sonic's like, "Who are you?" And then she has this like cloak on. She takes off the cloak and she, you know, reveals her face. And honestly, Amy looks great. You know, she looks great. Like, again, they nailed the design for the characters. It's perfect. Considering where we started at with that horrible design for Sonic, the original design, we've come a long way. But Amy looks great. Everybody started tweaking when Amy popped up. Everybody started tweaking when Metal Sonic popped up at first, and then Amy got a bigger reaction than Metal Sonic, which was kind of crazy. But that was the mid-credit scene. And then the post-credit scene, it reveals that Shadow is indeed still alive. He did not perish. But if he were to have died in that moment when he sacrificed himself, you know, finally, you know, coming to terms with Maria's death, I would have been cool with that too. But, you know, I'm glad he's still alive, you know, so that he could come back for Sonic 4. And, you know, we get more Keanu. I feel like the voice actors, I'm intrigued to see who's going to play, you know, voice Amy. Because I feel like Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, they're perfect casting. You know, Idris Elba is Knuckles, and then Keanu as Shadow. Like, that's fire. You know what I'm saying? And even Sonic and Tails, they sound great too. But I'm intrigued to see who plays Amy. And I, low-key, for Sonic 4, we already got Amy. We're probably going to get more Metal Sonic for Sonic 4. I want Silver. I want the Bat Girl. What's Bat Cat? Wait, give me a second. What's his? So Silver the Hedgehog, Rogue the Bat. So I want Silver the Hedgehog and Rogue the Bat to be in Sonic 4 as well, because we already got Amy, we already got Metal Sonic. They're definitely going to be pivotal roles in Sonic 4. I want Silver and I want Rogue. I think for Sonic 4, the best route they should take is, you know, since Shadow's on his own right now after the explosion, I feel like Rogue should pop up. Her and Shadow should team up, you know what I'm saying? Because they're like a kind of a thing. And then Silver could pop up somewhere, I don't know, but I want Silver to show up because I like Silver. I think he's cool, and that's it. But like, at least we got Amy and Metal Sonic. But come on, bro, just give it to us. I don't want to have to wait for Sonic 5 to see Rogue the Bat and Silver the Hedgehog. Just give it to us in Sonic 4. Considering that shit is coming out 3 years from now, you know, because since before that, you know, Sonic 1, 2020, Sonic 2, 2022, Sonic 3, 2024. This is the first Sonic movie to break the 2-year rule. This time it's 3 years for 2027. So if we're going to be waiting that long, they have to deliver, bro. So, you know, let us have Amy, let us have Metal Sonic, let us have Silver, let us have Rogue, maybe some other characters too. And yeah, why not? As for what the story would be, I don't know, but you know, I have faith. I'll let them cook. Now, my one and only criticism for this movie, I feel, is the comedy. I feel like the comedy, and that was my biggest issue with Sonic 2, was that whole marriage subplot. That shit was, that shit almost made me have a stroke. But I think they just need to lean back a bit. Like, I get it's a kids movie, I get that, but I think they should take a little more of a approach of like the Spider-Verse movies, like Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse, because those movies, they have a lot of comedy, but it's not, you know, so much in your face to the point where it like takes you out of like moments that are supposed to be serious. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Spider-Verse movies, when it's time to get serious, it is serious. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that, you know, this movie, you know, when it's time to be serious, it's not serious, but like there's always that sense of like comic relief in moments that's supposed to be really like intense and just like real. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like all they need to do is just lean back a little bit. Just lean back, please. Lean back on that damn comedy, and we'll have a perfect movie. Okay, that's it. That's my only criticism, to be honest. I feel like everybody got their time to shine. You know, Eggman's partner, you know, the guy, I don't know his name, but he was great. Knuckles was great. Tails was great. Everybody did their thing. And overall, I think this was a fun movie. I think you should definitely go check it out. And I'm excited for Sonic 4. I think it's gonna be great for sure. I'm gonna be rewatching this. I'm gonna be watching it again with my you know, my sister and my nephews on Tuesday. So there's that. And yeah, man, that's it. I'm sorry if I feel like I was going at 2x speed this entire video. It's just I was trying to just get all my thoughts out. I know I was jumping from topic to topic. My fault, gang. But yeah. My next movie review will be Nosferatu. That's probably going to be on the 26th, the day after Christmas, because I'm seeing it on the 25th, you know, the day of, you know, Christmas Day. And that'll be my last movie review for 2024. And then 2025, whew, I'm going to have a bunch of movie reviews for 2025. I assure you of that. Because I usually see movies, you know, the day before, or fan events, or, you know, live Q&As, this, that, and the third. So I will be, you know, and as for like a normal average guy that doesn't get invited to like the premieres and shit, one day I will. But as for just like an average Joe, I see movies early. And there's a bunch of movies coming out next year that I will be seeing and I will be making reviews for. So stay tuned for that. You know, this is my, you know, I'm still getting in the groove of reviewing movies. Like I was good at doing it with like the voice memos, but with the videos, I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to doing movie reviews with like my face in the camera. So give me time, let me cook, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's it. This has been my review for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Go check it out. It was a fun time. And that's it. I'm the hero light legend of this world, Tyree Figueroa, signing out. Peace.